It's Friday, so we getting paid. It's time to go shopping. We're gonna get the jump shooter level 13. We're gonna upgrade our athlete to level 14. I'm so all around. What can I say? I like my things to be similar. I need some stamina. And here comes this hater.
Yo, yeah, you the $1 million rookie, I'm the $1,000 rookie. But I'm about to show you and the whole world who really deserves that money.
For real, for real.
Good luck with that, bro.
Player.
Now, Dante Exum, I got a special problem with him because of my agent. And Gordon Hayward, I got a special problem with him because of the 2010 draft. He was the first person to not give me, he didn't even look in my direction, douchebag. Now I like to do my all-around thing, just, score a little here, play some defense, get some rebounds, pass the ball a little bit. But when I don't like someone, I like to score a little bit more. This shit, that wasn't my focus. It never really been my focus. I really like the all-around game. That's why I'm always an all-around small forward. I was a small forward before being a small forward was cool. Remember back in the day when everybody was a shooting guard? But anyway, that's back in like 2K12 days. So whatever. We got a topic today. I want to talk about the MVP race in real life. Now today is March 24th, 2015. And I know yesterday James Harden had over 40 points and they beat the Pacers and whatnot. But this is still going to be what I believe is the correct order for the MVP race, based off of what I've seen this season. And this is also going to highlight why I can't stand the fact that they give it only to the media, because they have their obvious biases. But whatever. Number 1 is Stephen Curry, point guard for the Golden State Warriors. Number 2, LeBron James, every position pretty much for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 3, James Harden, swingman for the Houston Rockets. Number 4, Russell Westbrook, and if I had to choose a fifth, it'd be Anthony Davis, number 5. Now, everybody knows from my videos I love Anthony Davis and Stephen Curry. That doesn't change anything. I still believe that the other 3 players have played better than them inside that order. Now let me get into why. Stephen Curry may have the most stacked team in the league at the moment, where they have they not only is he like arguably the greatest shooter of all time, I think the greatest, but I'll say arguably because people want to they get butthurt over things like that. Stephen Curry is arguably the greatest shooter of all time, and they have arguably the greatest shooting backcourt in history. But that team has all-stars on the bench. David Lee and Andre Iguodala were all-stars. They were leading their teams respectively in the past few years. Like, that is a stacked team. And they've had injuries because David Lee wasn't always there. And on top of that, they had injuries to Andrew Bogut. And right now, I think just yesterday, Klay Thompson finally came back from his injury. So they've had their little share of adversity, but they're still the number 1 team in the league, and they're number 1 in the West, which they face more often than Eastern Conference teams. So that's something to say alone right there. And he's been a model of consistency. This isn't the most valuable player of the month. This is the most valuable player of the season. He has done nothing to lose his top spot all year. Give that man his award. Number 2 is LeBron James. Now, I'm not sure if I can find the graphic in time, but pretty much ever since LeBron came back from his rest, from his injury, the Cleveland Cavaliers have been number 1 in the league in terms of wins and losses. Not only that, but also they're number 1 in like true shooting and field goal percentage and a bunch of other stats. It's ridiculous. The LeBron James effect is real. And if you don't believe me, if you think because he has superstars, a big 3, when he was gone, that team was horrible. They were horrible. They had Kevin Love and Kyrie healthy at the same time, and right now, LeBron James was going through injuries with his big 3 also, if you want to throw that in there. But Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, they were getting high-scoring games. Like Kyrie had the first 50-point game that when LeBron was gone, but it didn't make a difference. They were still losing games. It didn't make a difference. The LeBron James effect is real. When he's on your team, you win. When he's not, you lose. Simple as that. Look at his effect on his teammates. He had bum players from other teams, and now they're looking like solid role players. So, you can miss me with all that other stuff about him being in the East, because he whoops on the top quality Western Conference teams. He loses most of his games to the Eastern Conference teams. So whatever you got to say, bring it at me. I got you. I'm ready for you. Next person on the list, James Harden. He deserves it. Sure, he deserves to be number 3, I should say. He's had his injuries with Dwight Howard, but they've made it without Dwight Howard in the past. It's not like they're like a top 3 or top 4 seed. But that team is good, and it's mainly because of him. You take him off, and they most likely will lose, so they're doing their thing. You can't say anything about the Houston Rockets. It's just not as impressive as the other two ahead of him. And then there's Russell Westbrook. And everybody who knows me and who's ever watched my videos, especially the 2K13 videos, knows that I love me some Russell Westbrook. So it pains me to have to do this, but he doesn't deserve it. His stats are impressive, no doubt about that. His turnovers are astounding, no doubt about that. But this man, when's the last time you've ever seen a person win the MVP award from the 8th seed? If he even gets it over Anthony Davis. It just doesn't happen, and it's not deserved over players who are actually doing their thing and winning games at the same time. Now, in the meantime, let's check out the assist of the game real quick. Look at that crazy behind-the-back pass, avoiding the charge from Rudy Gobert, who is severely underrated this year. He not only took the position, but he kicked the starter out of town. That's how good Rudy's doing this year. Shout out to that guy. So tell me, who do you guys have as your top 3, your number 1 in the MVP race? You give me a reason why my choices are wrong, and we can debate it out in the comment section. We can debate it out. And I wish I had a vote. Let me get into the reason why I can't stand the reason why only the writers get the votes. Because they're just so, like, it's so biased at times. They have relationships with certain players, certain teams, certain cities. They get voters fatigue. And I think the second you even have a whiff of a thought of a person, maybe even potentially, possibly, almost maybe getting voters fatigue, that person should lose their vote. That should not even be a factor in anything. That is just disgraceful in my opinion. The best player should get it regardless of how tired you are circling his name on the ballot. Simple as that. Don't call him the best and say that he didn't deserve it at the same time. Oh, and I forgot to mention the reason why I have Stephen Curry above James Harden. Because that's what most people have as their number 1 and 2. I don't think James Harden has a chance at being the MVP because every time he plays against the Golden State Warriors, he gets shut down. I mean, embarrassingly shut. How are you going to be the man without beating the man? That's like saying, oh, you're the best player against everyone else. Then no, I'm the best player.